Hi friends, I'm Dinesh Oza back again with third episode on workplace performance enhancement. In the last episode, that is the second episode, we discussed about CARO, that is continuous action and result orientation to ensure continuous performance enhancement. So we talked about CARO and we took suggestion from Mr. Chandrasekhar Paliwal. I'm thankful to Chandrasekhar ji for giving his valuable inputs, sharing his wisdom with all of us to ensure that how we implement CARO, that is continuous action and result orientation. Now, how to ensure CARO, that is how to ensure that we are continuous basis focused on actions and actions which delivers required result. So for that today we are going to learn, we are going to get inputs from someone who has almost 3 decades of experience in HR, and especially someone who has been not only supervising but also giving valuable inputs to corporates on performance enhancement. So I think you are able to see he is my friend, my colleague, and who has been very much helpful to me in enhancing my own learnings on performance enhancement. So I welcome Bhavesh Bhai Kavya. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for sparing and investing your valuable time, your precious time on giving valuable inputs to employee community on performance enhancement.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for on the show. Thank you.
My pleasure to have you here today. So, as you have heard that we are talking about something which is called CARO, that is continuous action and result orientation. Now, how should we ensure CARO? And for that, what I feel is that something which is very powerful and which will help all of us to ensure that we are always on our actions, and we term it as mindfulness.
Correct.
And friends, let me introduce in detail about Mr. Bhavesh. He is a certified happiness coach. Apart from being an MSW and having, as I discussed, almost 3 decades of experience in HR, wherein he has worked with various industries, right from steel industry to infrastructure to manpower, and he,
Yes.
and oil and gas. And he has a certification on happiness. So he's the right person to talk about mindfulness. Am I right or not? Yeah. So without wasting our time, let us hear from Mr. Bhavesh. So, Mr. Bhavesh, as per you, what do you understand and what are your views on mindfulness?
Okay. So thank you very much for your to invite me on the show, Mr. Dinesh. First of all, and let me appreciate you have coined the new word that is called continuous action and result orientation. So it's a CARO. It's much relevant to the corporate world.
Right.
See, mindfulness is nowadays widely preached and widely practiced. If you look at any social media platforms, and it has been a buzzword nowadays.
Okay.
So everybody does mindfulness in a different way,
Okay.
and they have got different interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I have been practicing this for quite some time now,
Okay.
and what I believe is that it keeps you alert and aware about
Okay.
the people and situation around you.
Right.
So that mindfulness gives you time to respond.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that is mindfulness.
Okay. Okay. So as you rightly mentioned, that it keeps us continuously being aware about what we are supposed to do and what are the expected results. That is, I think, what you mean to say. So, as per you, how would mindfulness help us as an employee in enhancing our performance on continuous basis?
Okay. So what happens? You see. Let me just give you a brief idea. So how mindfulness helps? So when you are practicing mindfulness,
Mm-hmm.
you remain alert and aware about the situation, people around you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we spend most of our time in the corporate world, in the workplace. So, and most of your work which is influenced by people relationship,
Yeah.
right? So this relationship helps you, either you fail or either you become succeed.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So when you practice mindfulness, so what happens? No, you are aware about your situation and the people around you.
Okay.
So when you are aware and alert, what happens? You get a time to respond.
Okay. Right.
The moment you get a time to respond, and you take a pause to
Pause,
respond.
yeah, that is
Okay.
very important.
Yeah. So in a way that helps you improve the relationship, because you understand the context, because you had a time to respond.
Right.
Majority of the relationship gets sour because of the reaction. Right.
Reactive attitude.
Reactive attitude.
Absolutely.
So when you are understanding the context of the situation and people, you influence in a positive way.
Positive way, yeah.
Okay, so your response becomes better.
Yeah.
And the moment you start influencing people and situation, you are better in succeeding in your efforts.
You are more focused.
Correct.
You know what should be, your reaction. Your reaction is your selection, rather. It's
Correct.
not like, random out of emotions or,
Yes.
you think a lot. And that is what is all about
Correct.
mindfulness, right?
Correct.
So, Bhaveshi, now, as per you, what are the different tools and techniques, if you have, to ensure that we are always on, we are always with our mind? So that is called mindfulness, right?
Correct.
So we are always searching what our mind is saying, and people say that mind is connected with their heart also.
Correct.
So that combination has to go, hand in hand.
So
So how would you ensure? What are tools and techniques or some kind of scientific approach to ensure that mindfulness is always there?
okay. So there are plenty of tools. I would not say it's a tools, because tools is always having a specific purpose to solve.
Okay.
I would say it's a way of life. It is a practice.
Okay.
So when it is inbuilt in your daily life, so it influences not only your workplace but
Okay.
entire life around you.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So there are two things which I would recommend. One is the meditation.
Okay.
So meditation is widely nowadays, again it's on social media. We get a lot of stuff
Inputs,
related to meditation. So whatever is your preference based on your thinking,
Okay.
if you practice meditation every day, couple of minutes in a day,
Right.
that would help a lot.
Okay.
The second, again, it's not a tool, but let's do some activity, I would say.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's
Okay.
great. Yeah,
So I have prepared a paper. Generally, we do it as an activity, or
Okay.
otherwise, for my personal life, what I
Okay.
do is I draw this kind of hand activity.
Okay.
So I call this activity as a what's in your hand.
Okay.
Okay. So for your camera,
Yeah.
I'll show this activity. So look at this. So every day when you are at your workplace, just spend 1 minute, 2 minutes, maximum 5 minutes.
Okay.
You draw hands on the
Okay.
blank paper,
Okay. Okay.
and what you do, whatever is in your hand, you write down.
Right.
So within this frame, drawings.
Okay. So you want to say what are your controllables?
Controllables.
Absolutely. That's
what
great.
your emotions, your
Okay.
response, your communication, your
Okay.
attitude, your
Okay.
whatever, and then there can be plenty
And number of things, yeah.
Yeah, your efforts, your behaviors.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
your efforts, behavior, attitude, these all are within your control.
Absolutely.
While
Absolutely.
your boss, your colleagues, your
Your
targets,
system,
your
yeah.
situations, your environment,
Yeah.
your organization,
Okay. Okay.
your boss, right? Your people around you.
People around
It's not controllable. It's outside your hands.
Outside your hand. Out of your hand.
Out of your hand.
Okay, that's a
So
great
you
one.
cannot control. What
Okay.
you can control is your response.
Absolutely. So,
So-
your emotions, that's what
Absolutely,
your
absolutely.
activities which you are supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
what I
That's
suggest, if you draw every day when you reach office,
Uh-huh.
for spend 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes time,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
spend this, prepare such kind of drawings and put it in on your
Softball.
softboard in front of you. So
That's
what
great.
will be the entire day you will look at this whenever it's so what's in your control, what's not in your control, what's in your control, what's not in your control. It will be in
So-
front of you.
Okay, so this is
And-
how you become mindful.
And what happened? No, over a period of time, this drawings will be in your mental model.
Right.
It will get framed in your mind.
Okay,
So you don't
okay.
need to draw as such.
Right.
So once you are alert and aware. But
Absolutely.
initial period you can draw and put
That's
it
a
in
good
on the
thing. That's
softboard.
good. I think this will also be helpful if you want to make your to-do list with the help of this.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
there would be some activities which you have decided that I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many of them are in your control, in your hand, and how many are there which you are going to get from outside, like support. Now
Suppose.
suppose if you are into HR, now if you want to conduct an interview, but getting the functional hand to be present at that time of interview is something which is not in your hand. Because of some contingency, might be possibilities are there that he is not in position or situation to come and then interview.
So,
that is
so
not-
the same situation I would interpret in a different way.
Okay,
For an example, you have planned an interview
okay.
and the functional head is not there. So what happens as an HR head?
Uh-huh.
Why didn't this turn up? Why did this gentleman
Yeah.
you knew it?
Uh,
So now I have to respond or react to the situation.
right.
If I react, then I will start bombarding.
Blaming
But
others.
and if I'm responding to the situation, okay, now that is the situation, what better I can
Next,
do?
yeah.
What is the next response or what is the next alternative?
Right. Okay.
So that will control my own emotions.
So that is all about mindful, right?
Absolutely.
Being mindful about what is the best reaction or best behavior or best action you can take at that particular time.
Absolutely.
So that's great. That's great. Bhavshi, when we are saying all these things, people might feel or think that for you two gentlemen, it is very easy to say all these things, but when actually it comes to implement, we have big challenges, right? So
Correct.
it is a challenging situation. You know it very well.
You're right.
So, what as per you are the likely challenges which might come on the way while implementing mindfulness, and what are the solutions to that? Because you are a coach, so you know it very well.
So the challenge as well as solution, both are one word I would like to use. Challenge is that practice,
Okay.
and solution is also a practice.
Okay. Okay.
So what happens now? People don't follow consistently.
Okay.
So practicing mindfulness consistently is a challenge,
Right.
and if you follow it consistently in a
Okay.
disciplined manner,
Right.
it would be a success.
So it will become your habit.
It will become your habits. So I would say if you can spend at least couple of minutes every day in the morning, maybe 15 minutes a day in the morning,
Okay.
or maybe in the evening if you are hurrying rushing to office,
Okay.
you can before going to bed spend 15 minutes for meditation.
Right.
And this activity will not take more than 5 minutes.
It is not even 5
Every
minutes.
day.
I think
If you
can,
see, idea is to create an awareness within the mind.
about, yeah.
So if you follow this activity, it will take hardly 5 minutes. But if it is in front of you, so any point in time during the day, you will see it and realize, oh, you will come back. You will be
This is
alert.
actually very good, and if you
So-
permit me, I'll use this in my trainings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
You can use it.
it was actually very good. I mean, I liked it very much. So we talked about controllables, non-controllables, and it is very much important for everyone to understand the difference between what is in your hand and what is not in your hand. That is what is in your control, what is not in your control. But yeah, those non-controllables are also very important for you to ensure that your work gets done, and for that you have to influence it, and for that mindfulness is very important.
So in spirituality it says no in our walks of life,
Mhm.
if we look at in spirituality.
Right.
So if we are able to control ourselves, we will be able to influence the others.
Others,
But if
absolutely.
we are not controlling ourselves, we will not be able to
Right.
influence others.
That's a great thing.
That's
That's
simple.
So spirituality helps a lot in our
Yes,
corporate world also.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's good. That's good. So, by the way, with your kind of experience which you have met many people, you have faced many situations, challenging, good, and you have also implemented mindfulness as you were mentioning. Any message you want to convey to employee community as far as mindfulness is concerned to ensure that you are able to perform on a continuous basis, and that too also incremental kind of performance.
So my message would be, spend some time for yourself. Yourself alone. Yourself means yourself, not even your family.
Okay.
Spend couple of minutes either after you get up or maybe before going to bed. Have some whatever the way you want to do
Okay.
it. Maybe it is called meditation, it is called relaxation.
Okay.
Listen to the light music, or
Okay.
maybe you can read couple of pages of good books,
Okay. Okay.
and that's how you start your journey,
Okay.
and you keep improving on that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is the message for you and your viewers.
Oh, thank you.
Wishing you all the best.
Thanks a lot, Bhavik bhai. It was wonderful and very much insightful discussion which we had.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
a
very
lot.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.